Hi everyone, it's Ms. Salazar and I'm here with my textbook. I'm on page 59 and this is going to be your assessment. We're going to be talking about length in yards and feet. Now, when we are talking about yards, we write YD for yard. A yard is a unit of length. Remember that we always write YD for yard. But if we are talking about a foot, the foot is a unit of length. If we have more than 1 foot, we call them feet. We write FT for foot or feet. So if you look over here, I have an example. So let's say that I measure an object and it is 1 foot long. Because it is only 1 foot long, it is singular, I'm gonna write 1 FT, right? 1 FT. FT is going to be 4 foot, it doesn't matter. But if I'm going to say that an object is 3 feet long, this is how I would write it if I'm not writing FT. If I'm not writing FT, then I would write it like this. Feet, because it's plural, it's more than 1. But if I'm writing the measurements using the abbreviation FT, then this is how I would write it. 3 feet. So FT is going to be for either singular or plural. It doesn't matter. Okay? But if you're going to write the actual words foot and feet, then this is how you would do it if it's singular, foot, and this is how you would write it if it's plural, feet. Okay? Now here's what I'm going to do. First things first, I'm going to show you guys this ruler. This ruler has inches. You see? Inches. And it starts at 0 and it ends at 12. So a foot is going to be the length of your ruler. So this is 1 foot long. This is going to be 1 foot long, right? Now, that is going to be your ruler, and I'm talking about inches, right? So a foot is going to have 12 inches, not centimeters. We're not talking about centimeters. Inches are a measurement that are a little bit bigger. You see, the numbers are a little bit farther apart compared to centimeters. Now, this is going to be a regular ruler, right? It has inches from 0 to 12, and this is going to be the length of 1 foot. Now, over here, I have my yardstick, right? It's pretty long. It's going to be the yardstick. And I'm going to measure my table using this yardstick. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put my, the end of my ruler at the end of my table. Because remember, when we are measuring either in yards or in feet or in inches or in centimeters, we always line up the end of our objects with the end of our ruler where it's at line 0. So this is line 1, and over here has to be line 0. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm measuring my table starting at line 0. So this is going to be line 0 right at the end of my table. I'm going to make sure that my ruler is straight. Right now it is not straight. There you go. So that's going to be the ruler. I'm measuring, and okay, so it stops here. I'm not done measuring. Look at my table. You see? So my table is definitely longer than 1 yard. So remember that this is 1 yard. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take an object and I'm going to put it against the end of the ruler. There you go. And I'm going to mark it. So I'm going to leave the ruler here. I'm going to take out the yardstick. And I'm going to keep measuring right at the end of the ruler, right? Right at the end. So let's see. So this was the end of the ruler because I'm not done measuring my table. And as you can see, my table is almost 2 yardsticks. Almost, not exactly, not quite, but very, very close. So I'm going to say that my table is about 2 yards. It's not exactly 2 yards, but it's very, very close. So I'm going to say that my table is about 2 yards. And as you can see right here, I have YD for yards, okay? So look at exercise number 4 on page 60. It says, cut a string 1 foot long, cut a string 1 yard long, and place the 2 strings side by side. You don't have to do this because you already have the pictures here. So string A is going to be 1 foot. Remember that 1 foot is going to be the length of your ruler, right? So this is 1 foot, right? This is 1 foot. Now string B is 1 yard, and 1 yard is your yardstick. the very long ruler. This is 1 yard. Now it says here, which string is longer? String A or string B? Obviously, string B is going to be longer, right? So I would write string B. This is definitely longer. Now let's look at over here. Cut several strings, each 1 foot long. How many 1 foot strings do you need to match the length of 1 yard string? And then you're going to write your answer inside of this green square. So what it's asking you is that, first of all, what you're going to do is that you're going to place your yardstick, if you have one, or you're going to place something that it's exactly 1 yard long, right? So I'm going to place my yardstick on the table, and I'm going to have my ruler with me. So like I said, this is 1 foot long. So what it's asking me is to take a string. This is what I have, so I'm going to use this as my string. And I have to cut several pieces of these, and I have to make sure that these pieces are 1 foot long, right? So I made sure that this piece is 1 foot long. I'm going to place the string right here. I'm going to line up the edge of my string up to line 0 and see where it ends. So it's about approximately 1 foot